Good day. Welcome to Truth Nation. Genesis 1:26 through 28. Man was created in God's image. God gave man dominion over the entire earth. That is a heck of a responsibility. Man, male, gender. Man was made directly after the creation of the earth. Before the animals, before anything else, God created the earth, then he created man. That is an honor. Man, as in society, gentleman, as in society, male, as in society. Gentleman and man are attributes added to being a male. In other words, things developed a mindset more than the base instincts of survival. I'm going to be addressing the males tonight. 1 Kings 11:3. Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Now, all of y'all running around talking about giving each other high fives. Yo, man, I be tearing that stuff up all night. Quit lying to yourself. There's a few differences between y'all and Solomon. For one, Solomon wasn't always in the magistrate's office for child support. Number two, Solomon was a king. Number three, Solomon could afford all of that. Y'all are running around like some poor pimp Nick Cannon. Think you're really doing something. You are not. Yes, he was the master player, but y'all can barely support yourselves. Look, God gave Solomon a gift to be the wisest man on earth. But see, Solomon did like y'all are. He was listening to everybody else. Y'all listening to those knuckleheads you hanging around. He was leaning on his own understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, lean not on your own understanding. Put all of your trust and your faith in the Lord, because you can't control anything. So give credit to the one that gives you breath. Give credit to the one that wakes you up every day. You want to be a man? Then why are you taking advantage of some naive female who, as the serpent did Eve, beguiled with smooth words? Yo, baby, you sure are fine. You know what? You and me need to hook up. You know I really love you. And she fell for this. So now you're living in her house. You may not even have a job, driver's license, and or a car. You do have a roof over your head. You're getting free food and free sex. But let me tell you this. Proverbs 18:22 says, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Not all single women were meant to be the 300 concubines. The way you're acting, you're destroying some woman's blessing by moving in on her and taking advantage of her. Let me explain something to you. When you do something against what God has planned, you will have to answer for it. And trust me, I know from experience at one time I was like that. And to this day, I beg forgiveness for all of the people I have hurt, and I thank God for his forgiveness. Man, if you want to emulate somebody, if you want to emulate a man, and you want to emulate Solomon, emulate his wisdom. Do you realize through wisdom, you have knowledge? Through knowledge, you have power. You can be anything you want to be. You can be an entrepreneur. You can start your own business. I mean, something besides selling pills, drugs, and Jordans. No, that's not it. If you want to emulate somebody, emulate Paul's boldness. Emulate Joseph's forgiveness. Emulate Job's perseverance. These were men. These were strong men. To do these things, you're going to have to do a few things, though. You're going to have to change your mindset. There is more to life than doing what you're doing. You're going to have to change your crew. You need to surround yourself with people who are going to get you going in the direction you want to go. And that doesn't mean answering to a bookie or a bigger drug dealer or some dude hustling Jordans out of his trunk of his car. Man, you want to be a man. Be a man. Change the way you dress. Good grief. Do you think by the time you're 60 or 70, why, after paying all of the money for getting these 10-gauge holes put in your ear or your gold grill, do you think you're going to be doing anything? You're going to be looking like Antonio Fargas after he got out of jail, and I'm going to forget you, sucker. Or I'm going to get you, sucker. You're going to be lost. You're going to be played out. You're going to be nothing. You know what? God created you first. Oh, man. Quit depending on women. Have women depend on you. God created you to be the head, not the tail. Deuteronomy 28:13. You are the leader. Stand up and be a man. Quit worrying about what your boys are going to think. Because I'm going to ask you something. It's not being a man when she's pushing the baby carriage and it's full of grocery bags and you're walking behind her on your phone. It's not being a man when you're walking down the sidewalk, she's walking on the outside near traffic. You're walking on the inside on your phone, holding up your pants, looking like some lady wearing a floor-length dress, trying to avoid a mud puddle. God gave you a waist for a reason. That is where your pants go. Nobody wants to see your butt. Let me ask you this. Why do you have a desire to emulate correctional attire in a negative fashion? Because all that is doing is saying, somebody please break me down like a double-barrel shotgun and load me full of your slugs. I enjoy biting sheets. Pull your pants up. It is not a good look. Do you know what? You are wrecking this for a lot of men because the way you use women, the way you dress, the way you act, men are losing out on beautiful women because they are tired of the way y'all are treating them. They don't even want to deal with men anymore. Tighten your act up. Emulate somebody that's going to get you somewhere. Hang around somebody that's going to get you somewhere. Become something more. Break the generational curse. Don't be 40, 50 years old still begging a woman, because do you realize getting a woman pregnant does not make a man? Pigs do the same thing. Dogs do. Hamsters can make a female hamster pregnant. That's not making you a man. That's nothing to be proud of. Stand tall to be a man. Get into God's word. Learn the characteristics, gentleness, steadfastness, show love, righteousness, godliness. How many of y'all open a door for a woman? That's called chivalry. How many of y'all, when your lady gets, or when at least you're getting in her car because you don't have one, you hold her car door open? These are characteristics of a man or a gentleman. Be a man. Stand up. I pray to God that He opens your heart. He opens your ears to these things. I pray you change your mindset. The world needs more men, not a bunch of punks. Because when you're using women, you're being a punk. When you're worried about what your boys say, you're being a punk. A man stands tall. He stands with his shoulder back. He looks another man in the eye. He treats a woman like she's supposed to be treated. These are the characteristics of a man and not a male. I pray God continues to bless you. I pray he keeps his hand upon you. I pray you a continued blessed day.